So right off the bat, this is gonna be a fucking ridiculous video because I'm gonna film my phone from my computer to give a shout out to one of my favorite channels that people don't know that I follow. Um, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyways. Here, this is Harvey Dent's Fact Finder. His channel got deleted like 3 times, apparently. And I'm gonna show you this fucking hilarious song. Um, just I'm gonna wait just a few seconds for people to show up. Um, I make these videos for people that are like on my channel, subscribed, and are like gonna come and show up. Not for everybody else in the future because I might delete this, so it doesn't really matter. But I laughed so hard at this. It's one of the most brilliant. This is gonna be one of the most brilliant things you've ever seen, and it's especially brilliant because, well, I mean, now you get to see my feet over here, and I'm gonna try to. I'm doing it in reverse. You know why? Because I only have a few percent on my phone, and I have a little more juice on my computer. So here's what we're gonna do. For the few people that are here, I'm gonna show you one of my favorite fucking videos. Are you guys ready? Here you go. Are you guys ready? Okay, here we go. What? See, that's ridiculous because I literally didn't do that and just put me on. Okay, onto the. Here we go. You guys can just look it up yourself because.
Welcome to Harvey Dent's Fact Finder. And just when I thought NASA couldn't get any weirder, they release what is basically a brainwashing song in order to psychologically program themselves into believing that they and their accomplishments are amazing. I mean, that's naturally what someone would do if they feel they've done something amazing and no one was singing their praises. You know, they sing their own praises. So let's listen to them sing their own praises.
Oh
and
my
you get
fucking
an
God.
extra special reward if you make it all the way to the end of the song.
Yep.
Isn't it amazing how we learn to leave the ground? Isn't it amazing? The firing up, the counting down. Isn't it amazing how we passionately turn to all we know and hope to learn? It is amazing. I am amazed.
Come on, everyone, sing along.
It is
You know the words.
amazing. I am amazed. It is amazing. I am
And here, even though I love this song and I love Harvey Dent, here's where I go. These people are unworthy of reproducing. That's they just are. Like you would never fuck these people unless you were out of your mind.
Isn't it amazing?
You would never procreate with these assholes, these liars, these
Isn't it
pieces of shit.
amazing
Here goes.
that these people are not locked away? Isn't it amazing that they get a portion of your pay? It is amazing. I am amazed. Yeah. It is amazing. I am amazed. Yeah. It is amazing. People there anymore. Where are all the black people?
Where are all the black people?
Here comes my favorite part.
Where are all the black people?
All the science and the art, yes. All of the art. All of the art. Because it's all art. There's no photos there. Look, there's art. Isn't it amazing that they try to pass this shit off as real? Isn't it amazing? Your tax money they steal. You gotta know the chorus by now. Sing along. It is Amazed?
It is amazing. I am
I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine meeting one of these trifling cum dumpsters ever in public. To let them speak like this. Isn't it amazing?
the wonder that we share. Isn't it amazing? How it reaches way out there. Isn't it amazing?
Isn't it fucking amazing? There's a world filled with people like this. So they went to the fucking moon and outer space and Mars. And they're gonna tell you about it and give them money.
You get paid to sing songs and act like you're surprised. Oh, so surprised. Oh, that's what they were surprised about. A black person.
There was a black motherfucker in there. Holy shit! Yo, you all on fucking blast for this shit, yo.
That's it.
All of you are fucking on blast. You can't walk in these streets, motherfucker. You ain't welcome in these parts. You ain't welcome in New Orleans. You ain't welcome in Louisiana. You ain't welcome in the United States. Keep your fucking NASA lying ass bullshit out this fucking American fucking blood. Stay out of here. You ain't part of this. Look at these assholes. Look at these lying ass pieces of shit stealing on people. Look at them.
It is truly amazing.
Isn't it though?
What the intellect of the average American has been reduced to. Amazing that NASA, who's been putting on a shit show for over 50 years, seems to be populated with mostly actors now. Whereas before there may have been scientists, but these people all look like very bad actors. And yeah, they all look like or act like they're part of a damn cult.
A cult of the fucking insane, lying bags of shit.
These people are losing it, and they're taking the American public with them.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's part of standard curriculum to play this in every classroom from 1st to 6th grade over and over and over again until our kids are walking around.
My dude right here, yo, told you.
It is.
How amazing!
Why don't you go ahead and click that?
How amazing!
You know you want to like it.
Oh!
Share, comment.
And you all should. I only made this for my dude right here.
Celebrating the release and the
there we go.
Of the new song, "Amazing" by NASA. Until you find your
truth, keep looking. This is my dude. His name is Harvey Dent. Harvey Dent's Fact Finder, yo. I suggest to all of you go check his channel out. It's highly rewarding. He's good. He's very good. Let me put this on so I can. I'm gonna put my stupid face on for a second. Flip this around, and here I am again. Holy shit! How many times? This is like fucking 6 times. 6 times in. And look, oh, Harvey's up in here. Get the fuck out of here. What you doing? What's up? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Where have you been? What's going on? It's a little bit of a reunion here, but where you been? What you been doing? It has been a bit. The fuck is going on? It's amazing. It's amazing to see you as well. Isn't it? Oh, you been on tour? You been in different cities doing? You've been teaching people in other cities? You been showing people what's going on? If y'all don't know, I don't even know if I don't think Ahava has any videos because I think she stays low pro, low key, kind of just outskirts. But she's one of the godmothers of the earth. Like seriously. All right. Well, I'm chilling here on this chair here with look this beautiful. Did you see this shit that I got the other day? Do you see this? You likes? Do you like? Um, got it from this little Egyptian shop up the street. It fits well. It's a one piece. No undergarments at all. That's all we. Yeah, it's super. And it's on the back too. I can't show you that because I wouldn't. I can't. I'm not gonna spin around. I'm not gonna do like a. I'm not gonna tiptoe and do a little spin move. I'm not gonna do that. But that's how we dance. I'm gonna just do it for the camera. Um, but holy shit, Harvey, it's so nice to see you. Uh, when you can be out in the park, when you can be in the quarter, you gonna be out there soon or what? What you doing? And everybody else on here should. I mean, if anybody really understood magic and shamanism and what we do, y'all'd come down here. Not you'd come down here and it'd be a fun party. But there's also people like Ahava here. Here's how we get down. We know what time it is. It's early in the AMs. Yo, we drink good, we look good, and we fuck good. That's what we do. It's a whole different world here. Oh, and we eat good too, and we eat real good. We eat real good. But and we're also next to, I'm gonna say next to Boston. I'm gonna say in order. It's probably New York. Oh no, in order. It's Boston, Philly, Chicago, New York, and New Orleans as best shit talkers. Sorry, New Orleans, you number 6, I think, or 5. Yeah, because Philly's gonna burn you. The Philly is not for the thin skinned. Boston is definitely not for certain people. Like, you can't go into Boston. Boston's a different place. Chicago's a different place. New Orleans, I'm telling you, but I mean, New Orleans is some of the greatest shit talkers ever. But if you got the blood of a northerner and the son of a southerner, that shit is amazing. Sky Appa in the building. What's up? 5 of Wands. That's come out a lot for me. People have pulled that card. I don't know what that one means. I have no idea what 5 of Wands is. But Sky Hopper, do you know Ahava? Ahava reads cards in the French Quarter. She's professional. And Ahava, Sky Hopper is an interdimensional traveler that Meatwad, my puppy, has gone to his house and hung out with him. You two need to hang out. That's fucking funny. I never even thought of that idea before. But yeah, you two would fucking like card reading extraordinaires. I mean, I just once in a while pull tarot cards out for people. But you two, ridiculous. So here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm here. I have an idea right now. I have an idea. Imagine that I had an idea. This and the 6 of Lord is present much. Yeah, Ahava is brilliant. And her boo boo. I don't know if that. I do call him boo boo or baby or bae or whatever. Like your husband. He's an amazing card reader as well. And his name oh man, That I don't know if I can say that, but it's really interesting. I'll just put it that way. But what I'm gonna do right now, I'll tell you his name in a second because it's it's coordinated with elephants. But I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna grab one card out of one. I'm gonna grab 4 cards. How's that? I'm gonna grab one card out of each of the decks that I have sitting over here, and then we'll see what occurs. You guys ready? All right. I'm gonna go grab 4 decks of cards. I'm gonna grab one of each deck, and we're gonna see what happens. Deck 1, deck 2, deck 3, and number 4. Which one should I do first? I think I'm going to start with the major arcana. This deck is that big. It's called the Gravity Falls Major Arcana. There's no other cards in here. There's only the 22 of them. Which I really like because I'm major league. I don't play minor league. So what I do with most decks is I just get rid of the minor arcana because it's silly. Let's get right to it. And so a friend of mine gave this to me. And what we'll do is we'll put this card right here. So this one right here. Should I show it to you now? That's fine. There you go. Number 21, XXI, 21, the world card. That's the first one. The second deck is my deck. It's mine. I made it. It was created for me at my birth. It's called the Tsar deck. And let me see if I can find the correct cards here. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna have to. You know what? They got shuffled up the other day because I shuffled them up like a dummy. So I mixed up a bunch of the major arcana with the. There we go. There we go. Let's do that. You guys are gonna have to give me a second or two here. Well, that's a weird one. This one does not even. How did this happen? This card literally has the number erased off of it. It's not even on there. It would be right there. It's not there. I'm gonna show you the major arcana. There's where it is. It's not there. Holy fucking Rio de Janeiro. This is the King of Pentacles. So I'm going to go with this card. I'm not even going to go through the whole deck. But there's no number or letter on it, which is, I've gone through this whole deck before. This just completely erased the number. I'll show you the rest of the deck. The tower. And you see the number? There you go. See the number? It's right there. That's weird. So there's the card. Fucking weird. Fucking weird shit, but you know, that's how we work with it. And then I'm gonna go to the next deck of cards. The next deck of cards, you guys, welcome back to the most. Like, then you just say word there, whatever you want. It'd be funny. Here it is. Oh, shit. So I went through these two. Got those two out the way. I'm going to get to the Cook's Tarot. The Cooks. Sent to me by one of my most beautiful friends. I don't know if they're still in the room right now, but they're around here somewhere. I split these decks of cards up properly, and what I just pulled out is the King of Wands. The King of Wands. The King of Pentacles. The World. And we'll go to the fourth deck of cards here. I can't predict the future. Only slightly. But if you were wise, what you would choose to believe is the next card that I pull out of this deck will be the King of Spain. Oh, that's the wrong side. That was I took off the side of the wrong arcana. And here's the one that I pulled. And I want to apologize for people that don't know how to read cards or what I'm doing right now, because it won't make a lot of sense. But here's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you 4 cards. Here are the 4 cards. The World. The King of Pentacles. The King of Wands. And believe it or not, there's no way I just pulled this card, but I did. There you go, the Shaman. Now, because no one asked me to pull cards for them, I was pulling cards to show you who I am. Pick it. There you go. It's right there. It's already in there. But this one is my favorite. The Shaman. Do you see? I don't know. It's just fun. It's just, you know. It's just a game. It's just a game we play. Just a game. It's a game that everybody wins at, which is the best part of the game. Nobody loses at this game. Who else up in here? So, Sky Hoppa up in the building is the only one talking to me. Yeah, the other 10 people, step your game up a little bit, because the last 10 comments have been Skyhopper. Oh, wait. Oh, L33's up in here, too. What's up, man? Or woman, whatever you are. And Dimension's up in here. Have ever tried American Pale Ale? APAs are the greatest beers, because they use a tiny bit of hop. They boil it only for a little bit to get a little bit of the aroma out of it, and they don't overboil it. Whereas IPAs tend to be like, 30, 60, 90 minutes? It's too much. You overboil it, it doesn't taste good. That's medicinal in one way or another, but Skyappa. Yeah, man. For everybody else, what the fuck are you doing? I got Skyhopper and Dimension Extensions, and oh, I got that motherfucker. Um, yeah, Skyhopper said you had something from Nevada. No, did you mean Nevada? Nirvana, or is it Nevada? Because Nirvana, or what? If you said Nirvana or Nirvana, I'm not correcting this, but I'm just trying to figure out what you're saying. Yeah, there's a California thing called Nevada, like Sierra Nevada Pale Ales, and they do have a really good APA. Yeah, it's Nervad A. Cool. I'll check it out. I've never heard of that. Nervad. 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 Yeah, I mean, you got this green beer that's called Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, that's really good. Then you got the Torpedo Ale and a few other that they do, but Sierra Nevada makes good beer. It's a big company, but they still do pretty good beers. I've never, yeah, Sierra, yeah. Yeah, if you're saying okay, yeah, Skyhopper. If you're saying Sierra Nevada, because Nevada is the place in, where people gamble in Nevada, Nevada. If you say Nevada, it's a different company. Then I'm just trying to figure that out, because Sierra Nevada is not only a place but also a beer company. And then you might be saying Nevada. There you go. So if that's what it is, man, if Nevada is what it is, never heard of it. I'll try to check it out, man. Because hey, who doesn't love a good American Pale Ale? Hey, pal. Hmm. Hmm. So this will be one of the few uh, back and forths that we all do, where I'm probably gonna say nothing intelligible. I'm gonna say nothing intelligent. I'm not gonna tell anything insightful. I'm just gonna sit here and be fucking retarded and goofy, and that's what you get. So if that's the kind of shit you like, stay tuned, because the brilliance of the mind of the most unintelligible asshat of all time, he will speak. It's fucking funny. There we are. Let's see if we can't get this into. There we go. I think that works right. Uh, do I look? Do I look? Is this good enough for you guys to put me on camera right now? Can I do that? Can I just hit? You guys can hit record, or did you need more makeup on my face, or do I look alright? Well, you don't. Did you want to? There's a something. What's no? That's fine. That's fine. We'll scrape it right off. We got that. We good? Oh, Dimension Extensions. You got the Pabst APA. That's one of my favorite fucking beers. Pabst, the Pabst Blue Ribbon is a go-to cheap beer. But the APA that they make, it's cheap, but it's surprisingly one of the best APAs you'll ever drink in your life. So if the first thing you got was a Pabst American Pale Ale, you probably drank one of the best APAs ever. And it's cheap. But you can find other APAs that are, really wild decent, but they're going to cost you a little more. Oh, Skyhopper, I would never do that to you. Like I didn't choose that thing where I would, people couldn't just keep typing if they wanted to. That's them, dude. They made you stop typing. It wasn't me. Hey, loose end. Does anybody get notifications? No. Uh, there are certain channels where you just don't get that. Like it's not. You gotta seek it out, I guess. Uh, uh, I told y'all this is not the greatest version of do you remember the movie Good Will Hunting? Do you remember Good Will Hunting? Their teacher, uh, who is basically Matt Damon in the movie. His name is Will Hunting, obviously, right? And there's this one teacher that he's really good at everything except Good Will Hunting. The guy, right? Matt Damon is better at everything just for no reason at all, but he just knows all this shit. And there's a point in there where he's talking to one of the students, this chick, the really good looking chick, and she's like, "Hey, back at the classroom, somebody just figure out your calculation, blah blah blah," or whatever the fuck she says. I don't know, because it's really not that big of a part of the movie, except for I'm explaining it, so there is something, and he goes, and he's sitting there, he's having a drink, and he goes, "Relax, have a drink. We're at a party. Relax." And she's like, "But no, you've got to go see. Somebody just solved the equation you put on the board." And he's like, "What?" And a lot of times, there's that kind of like, just fucking relax. It's not that big of a deal. Wait, whose voice are you there? Did I do it's not that big of a deal. Who is that? It's kind of English and something else, but Skyhopper, you're literally killing me with saying Sierra Nevada. You're literally killing me because if I write in here, it's Sierra Nevada, and there's a D at the end. Unless it's a different company, which would even more incite a riotous nature inside of my brain, because Sierra Nevada is a very big beer brewing company that has very good, beverages. But if it's Sierra Nevada, that's also hilarious. That's kind of like McDonald's and McDowell's. You remember that movie Coming to America with Eddie Murphy, and there's a company called McDowell's. No, 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 Skyhopper. I'm fucking with you. I don't. I'm fucking with you, but I'm also just saying, if it's a company, some Sierra Nevada, then I have to look it up, and now I gotta go and Google it and find this delicious beer that is Sierra Nevada, which is really great because I did once have a lover named Sierra, I think, unless that was in my dreams. She was obviously a larger, heftier black woman. Uh, Sierra, that's the only. Or you you have two women named Sierra. One is going to be like a chubby black woman, and the other is going to be a red hair, blue eyed, tall girl. Isn't that weird? Sierra is going to be either one of those, or a stripper, but that's just because they took the name. But the real, like, who's naming their daughter Sierra? Chubby black women and red haired, blue eyed white women. Weird, right? But it's true. You go look up this. You can go Google the stats on this shit. Google the stats on that one. Scotty, so you check the spelling. It's your Yorkshire. Yeah. Nah, yeah. You know what? I'll tell you. Yeah, it's definitely Sierra Nevada, and Sierra Nevada is an amazing beer company. And if you're right, and it is Nirvana, that's cool too. If your name is Nirvana, you're definitely. Have I dated any Nirvanas? Huh. Maybe one. Maybe one. See, this is we're just gonna get into Zen's love life for a second. Pronunciations, dialects, and derelicts too. If you got dialects, I'm a derelict. You know, like derelicts. Oops, watch out for that. Ah, damn it. Damn it, frustration. Stick up. Don't do that, computer. I think we got it. I think it's figured out again. Yeah. So, where should we go from here? What's the next humorous it's no, it's not an anecdote. Is it an antidote or no? An antidote is what? It's like the poison panacea is an antidote. But an how do you say? I can't even say it right now. I'm gonna say antidote. I can't even say it. I can't even say the right word right now. An anecdote. Is that right? Is that anecdote? That's an anecdote. Is if you say something, it's kind of similar to something, but it's not really quite it, and you're trying to. It's slightly humorous and um, dimension. The apps have the perfect amount of happiness. Onion soup, Branzen. Yeah, but I don't know if I have enough onions to make like a good French onion soup, and I don't have any. I don't have any. You need a specific kind of liquor to make a really good French onion. You may do a cooking with. Mm, I could go cook something right now. But it's going to be. It's literally just me what I need to put in my fucking fat face. It's not gonna be good food. It's gonna be fucking awful. I could use like potatoes and onions and a few things and yeah, I could teach you through a few things, but like it's not. It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be worth doing because it would just. There'd be like eggs and shells everywhere and a big. It'd be a mess. It'd be a mess of a kitchen. Skyhopper. Sorry, I was not shouting. The Rams, yeah, the Rams. As we were talking about Mars and the Rams earlier. I might go cook something just because I want to, because I don't think it will be a. I don't think it'll be a delightful cooking show. I mean, everything I do is delightful, but how would I even where would I even start? All right, fine, maybe I'll do it. Give me let me do two more shots of tequila, and then I'll go cook myself. Okay, here you go. Fine, fuck it. We'll do cooking with pen. We'll do uh um how to do this? A salsa with potatoes, eggs. We'll do like a potato hash or something. You know, just make it like a chop up the potatoes really small and then let that cook up, and then at the end you throw a couple eggs in. Is that gonna work? We'll do that. Told you 2 shots of tequila and we'll go cook. Cooking with man. Yeah. Let's go do that. Well, let's do that right now. The dilemma was really truly that I don't know if my cord is going to work for this, but we'll try it out anyways. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, That's what happens. All right, let's get in there. Let's go do this thing. Here we go. Cooking with pan. Episode 2019. Flip this around and I'll show you guys how to cook. You ready? If I had my phone, I could put it on the thing and you could watch me chop the shit properly, but I'll turn this around this way. And we're back in the kitchen with Pan, the greatest chef of all time, because Pan is what you cook with, and this is how we get down when we cook. Because we can do it at any hour, at any point in time. Let me go ahead and make sure my blade is clean. Firstly, I'm gonna clean off my blade because I don't know what I did yesterday. Who knows what I did with the knife? I might have stabbed a hooker. I might have done anything. But there's the blade, very closely. Pinch. Now control. There's none of this. Don't do that. That's how you hold a blade, like that. You pinch it first, then you grab, and then you can weave around. And my board is a little dirty, but. Yeah, let me clean it off with just a little bit. Cause you do most things on the board. Clean that right off right there. All right, so where do we start? Where do we begin with this? I feel like the way that you guys are getting to see me is not perfect, so I'm gonna bring you guys really close to the board. Oh, this is good. This is good angle. So you guys can see the knife. You can see what I'm doing. And what we'll do is, the first thing to do when you cook is turn the oven on. So now that's gonna get heated up. And then you have to find your pan. And my pan that I'm gonna use for this is here. I'm going to turn that to high, and because I know that in about a minute or two, I'm going to be able to put some butter in there. But in the interim, while I'm going to put butter in there, hopefully it will be unsalted. Or you could use ghee too. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to use ghee because ghee is just better. It just really is. So here you go. So what you're going to look for is some ghee, which means clarified butter. It's what you put on popcorn. It tastes really good. And off the top, you get the really good oil. In the bottom, you get some of the fats. Let's see here. Turn that light on. I'll get, as I've spoken about before, a wooden spoon. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of this in here. And we're gonna get crazy right now. Out of our mind crazy. Because I have it available and I think everyone should know about it. And it's an easy route to get to a flavor. Let us see here. We have, here it is. truffle butter. Truffle butter. So I'm going to use that same spoon that I just had and pull out some of this truffle butter. Put it in that pan, and I can hear it sizzling, so I'm going to turn it down and take that off of there. Because I don't want the butter to burn. I don't want that butter to burn. Why would I want the butter to burn? There's fats in there. And we're going to keep it at the right temperature. Spin it around the pan. Make sure it gets around the entire pan, especially, it depends on what you're cooking. But, ooh, it smells, the truffle is so good. It's kind of like, it's like a mushroom plus something. I'm going to put this back over here. And I'm going to use, let's see here, what do I have? What's available? Let's use a tomato and pepper and an onion. We're just gonna pick up just off the fly like this. There you go. It's gonna be onion. It's gonna be like somebody said onion soup, but I only got 2 kinds of onions in here right now. If you want to know how to chop an onion, there's a couple ways to chop an onion. I would just cut off the bottom like this, and then, I mean, it depends on what you're doing. How big do I want these pieces? I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided what I'm cooking, but I think that I know. So what I can do is chop this off. Oops. Clean that up in a second. Throw that into the sink. And we have an onion, and I'm getting right to it. I think it's going to be onions first. I do have fresh garlic, but I'm not going to use fresh garlic because, well, I fucking don't want to. We'll throw the onions in there because what you want the onions to do is first, the onions have to sweat a little bit. So the temperature of the oil should be pretty low. That's why I took that off of there. I'm going to use salt. A little bit of salt. I know I tell you don't use salt, but this salt sweats the onions. It pulls the moisture out. Pulls the moisture out of there. Also going to use pepper because you always got to continually season the food in a certain, you use whatever ingredients you want there. So now we got onions. And then after the onions go before garlic. Oh, where did the garlic go? What have I done with you, garlic? Oh, it's back there. There it is. No, that's sauerkraut. Holy shit. Oh, the garlic's right here. Look at that. So, that spoon that I used for the truffle butter. There's that butter off of there. And maybe... no, I'm gonna just gonna use a new spoon because whatever. Because I don't want to spoil what's in here. Get some of this oil and garlic in here. Teaspoon of that is gonna work. And as that's cooking at about, I don't know, medium high heat, I'm gonna cut up some of this. See how much I got here. And this is gonna be good because all of this is gonna basically boil, like it's gonna get to a point of having it's gonna infuse the oil and the butter. And so when I chop the potatoes next, it will absorb that. And when you do this, it's just up and back. It's that. I mean, I can't, it's hard to show you guys on here, but it's pretty easy. And now for potatoes. Potatoes. So how many potatoes do we need? I haven't used the tomatoes, potatoes, and here we go. Tomatoes are gonna go in last because you don't really want to even cook potatoes or tomatoes. Excuse me. When you cook a tomato, there's so much water in it that would go in last. You don't. It's unless you're getting just unless you want to cook it down and make some sort of sauce. But we're not making tomato sauce, so what I'm gonna do is make this. Potatoes. What am I going to turn this into? See, imagine that. I haven't figured out even what I'm making yet, but it's going to turn out to be delicious. I know that. Because the herbs, you don't want to put them in too soon because the herbs will, depending on if you have really good herbs, like fresh herbs versus dried herbs are two wildly different things. Fresh have more oils in them. Dried obviously have no oils in them because all the oils have been infused into something else. And so I have dried herbs today. I'm gonna put them in last. I'll do one more potato. And I've lost a finger. Holy shit! That was just a joke. I didn't actually chop the finger off yet. And I'm being very careful because I'm slightly drunk, so I'm not really chopping the right way. I'm not gonna put my fingers anywhere near the blade. So that's how you scoop it up. And we'll throw that in there. And what we're going to do again is, now that there's, I think, the proper, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to do one more potato. Because as I look into the pan, I've noticed that there is not enough potato in there for, it's basically, you know what I'm gonna make some Mexican salsa type of like a salsa Mexican egg. So should I right now put a lid on the pan? Only, well, it depends for you if you like moist food, if you like kind of a soggy, like a little extra. Here we go. The salt pulls out moisture, and if you put a lid on the thing, it's going to keep the moisture that's being removed from the onions and the potatoes. So I'm going to put a little bit of salt on there, a little bit of pepper for seasoning. I'm going to put turmeric on there too. So now we got that. And here's some turmeric. There we go. Do not put it right on there. Put it into your hand first or into another jar so you don't over season something. And there we go. And I also really like paprika. Paprika is pretty. And I'm also going to use some dry garlic because I really like garlic, and then some tapatio because it's a really good. There it is. There it is. Oh, I can smell it now. There it is. See, it's in there. It's in there. See, look, it's right in the wrist. It's in there. There it is. Okay. Cook that down, and I'm gonna put the lid on it, so that way by putting the lid on this, what I'm doing is I'm gonna allow the water to do that thing and it'll cook the potatoes a little faster, and I like softer potatoes. I don't want too much. I don't want any. If you're Italian, you like el dente, means a little dense. Like, you know, your spaghetti, you want a little a little bite to it. It means a little bite, basically. I don't like that. I like overcooked things most of the time. A little more soggy. Maybe childish, but just what I prefer, so that's what I'm gonna do. So that's gonna take about 5 minutes. And so in this 5 minutes, you're just gonna hear me talking and finishing doing the dishes, because I think doing the dishes is part of cooking. Some people believe that if mama cooks the dishes, daddy cleans, and if daddy does, if someone cooks, then someone else should clean. I don't necessarily believe that. I think it can work out anyway. I just happen to like doing the dishes sometimes, and right now, because I'm gonna wait on my food, and I still have to get to the eggs. I haven't got to the eggs yet. I'm gonna do the dishes because they need to be done, and so that's how it gets accomplished. And also, it's enjoyable for me to do the dishes while I'm cooking, because it helps my timing of what I'm cooking. Plus, it also goes, oh well, I deserve to eat this meal. You know, that kind of feeling that you accomplished the task. I cook the food, I clean the dishes, and now I can eat. That kind of it always feels better to eat in a clean environment. And so I'm going to clean up the kitchen while the food is being cooked. And there's still going to be a couple more things to go into this recipe, which is mostly going to be, let's see, it's going to be eggs and something. Let's see. Eggs and let us see. Let's see what we got. And let's not forget about tomatoes. Oh, that's really good. It's like a Spanish, and it's got 3 eggs. I would advise most people, if you're going to use eggs, to leave the eggs out for a little while before you use them, because the temperature of the egg before it goes in there is going to affect things. There's no reason to put eggs in the refrigerator unless you want to keep them for a while. And most people put the eggs in the refrigerator, but if you're European, you put the eggs in the counter. Because you're going to use them. You're going to use them immediately. So we got eggs, a tomato, and let us see here. I think that's going to be good. I don't know if I have anything else worth. Oh, look at that. Got some wine right here. Imagine that. Oh, it's slippery. But we'll get it open anyways. And I'm going to add a little wine to the... Why did I do that? Why did I add wine to that? Because that's what I wanted to do. But more importantly, because it adds some moisture. And a lot of the moisture and the alcohol... The alcohol is going to burn off, so... I'll take the lid off slightly, let some of the steam rise out of there. I will cut this tomato up, and I'll add the tomato. Then I will put the eggs in, and then we'll eat. There's many ways to cut a tomato. It's personal preference. Um, and I really prefer to put salt on a tomato, only because seasonally, tomato, like right now, it's not the season for tomatoes. So what you found is you have tomatoes that are from another country that got shipped here, that went through um, these tomatoes have went through like a bunch of like customs and this and that, and they're just, the moisture content isn't right. But what we do is we take these after salting them, put them in here, and now we have this really this is gonna be slightly Spanish and slightly Indian, and you'd never do that on a different kind of board, but because I know how to use my knife, you can do that. You shouldn't scrape that way, but I'm gonna do it anyways. You know why? Because one of the greatest chefs of all time used a fucking a metal spatula on a non-stick pan, which you should never use. You should always use a steel pan. I'm using a pan that is not steel because, well, some people prefer that because it's easier. The non-stick is easier for them to use. I like steel pans. I think it's the easiest way to go about it. Now I'm going to take these eggs here. Some people say smash it on the counter and crack it. I just don't fuck up, so I crack it on the side of the pan, but you can do it any way you want. And I think this is almost... You know what, I'm going to wait about 1 more minute. I'm not going to taste it. You know why? Because I'm a fucking master at this shit, and I know how long everything takes to cook. So I'm just going to wait a second. Let that heat up, and because the potatoes still aren't cooked yet. What I need when I put these eggs in, I need the potatoes to be 90% cooked. I need the potatoes to be 2 minutes from fully cooked, because as soon as I add these eggs, it's going to cool that whole thing down, and it's going to stop the process of cooking of the potatoes. So I have to judge that, and I think as I leave the lid on, it's going to cook the potatoes a little faster. And I also get to sit here and talk to you guys while drinking some wine. So we'll have a whole, fuck it. Let's see what else I got here. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's not the wrong here. Oh, this is good. This is good. Yep, that's a good one right there. That is exactly what we're looking for. It is cauliflower, which is already cooked. And cauliflower does not take long to cook anyways, even if it was fresh. I'd rather use something in the refrigerator or freezer than a can, but so be it. Clean this up real quick. Clean up while cooking. Look at that. Amazing. It's easy to do. There we go. Cauliflower. This is almost cooked. And this cauliflower is only going to take a minute or two to cook, and then put the eggs in. You don't sneeze into your this, and you don't sneeze in your hand. You sneeze at the floor. It's better for everyone. That's good. And we've reached almost the pinnacle of this meal here. No, I'm gonna get crazier with this because somebody wanted me to use onions, and red onions have a different texture, flavor, and aroma than white onions do. I'm gonna go ahead and just use some red onions right at the end because it's fucking amazing. It's like, think of a salad. You just put red onions in there. And we'll just turn that around. That you can make the cutting part easier than what I'm doing here. But there we go. Now we've turned this into an entire different meal. So now you have layers of flavor. You have the first onion flavor, which is embedded within the entire whatever the fuck is going on in there. And then you have the red onion flavor, which a red onion is different than a white or a yellow onion. I would just play with those three things, eat them raw, and then put them in something and see how they taste different, because they do. But here I am about to put some eggs in here, because I think, yes, now it is ready. Now it's ready for 3 eggs. One and 2 and 3. One pan. It didn't take too long. And well, these things, see, I like my eggs to be a little bit white and a little bit yellow. You know, this is preference. You could have mixed them up first, but you know, I think the different flavor between the yolk and the white part is very important. So what I do is I'll let that just sit for a second. Cover up that onion, clean up the board. Know that in about 5 seconds what I'm going to have to do is go and take a fork or a spoon, whatever I'm going to eat with, because I'm going to eat with whatever I do this next thing with. I think it'll be a spoon. Take a wooden spoon. Cheap, simple. It's wooden, and I'm gonna go mix this shit up. And here we have it. And you guys will get to see this delicious Spanish Indian persuaded hash. It's just eggs and these other flavors. At this point, what I need now is a tiny bit more pepper, because I can smell it, and just a little bit of salt. And then I need one more thing on here, because I've already used a few. Look at that. Let's put that